Hey friends, welcome back to Clear Signal. You've probably heard this one. In 325 AD, Emperor Constantine and a bunch of power-hungry bishops met at the Council of Nicaea and literally voted on which books would be in the Bible, tossing out the human Jesus Gospels and leaving the divine ones to control the masses. Sounds juicy, right? Dan Brown made millions off of it in the Vinci Code, but it's 100% myth. Today we're busting it wide open with actual history dates and rock-solid facts. Let's start with Constantine himself. Far from some pagan emperor suddenly inventing Christianity, he had embraced it for years before calling the council. In 312 AD, right before the Battle of Milvian Bridge outside Rome, Constantine had a vision, a cross of light in the sky with the words, "In this sign conquer." He ordered his troops to paint the Chi Rho, Christ's monogram, on their shields and won the battle decisively. He credited the Christian God. The very next year, 313 AD, he and Licinius issued the Edict of Milan, legalizing Christianity empire-wide and ending the brutal persecutions. By 324, he was the sole emperor, funding church buildings and returning confiscated property and acting as a patron of the faith. He called the Council of Nicaea in 325 because he was a Christian ruler who wanted unity in the church, not to create it from scratch. So, what did happen at the Council of Nicaea? In August 325 AD, about 250 to 318 bishops from across the empire gathered in Constantine's summer palace. The emperor even presided but didn't vote. He wanted the church to settle its own issues. The big problem? Arianism, a dangerous false teaching started by a priest named Arius in Alexandria. Arius claimed Jesus was created by the Father, not eternal, not fully divine. His slogan, "There was a time when the Son was not." This wasn't some minor debate. It threatened the very heart of Christianity. Is Jesus truly God? The council overwhelmingly rejected Arianism. They produced the Nicene Creed, which is recited in churches today, affirming Jesus as God from God, light from light, true God from true God, begotten, not made, and one substance with the Father. They also set the uniform date for Easter, passed 20 practical church rules on discipline and organization, and wrote a letter to the churches. That's it. No Bible vote, no book burning. Surviving records have zero mention of deciding Scripture. Here's the truth about the Bible. The 27 books of the New Testament were already widely recognized and used as authoritative Scripture centuries before Nicaea. By 170 AD, the Muratorian fragment lists most of them. In 180 AD, Irenaeus quotes the four Gospels as Scripture. Early 300s, Eusebius, who was at Nicaea, already categorized nearly all 27 as accepted. The church didn't vote them in at one meeting. They recognized which books carried apostolic authority through prayerful use in worship, teaching, and copying across the Mediterranean for generations. Constantine actually proved this in 331 AD, just 6 years after Nicaea, when he ordered Eusebius to produce 50 high-quality copies of the already accepted scriptures for the new churches in Constantinople. He wasn't picking the books. He was mass-producing the ones everyone already agreed on. The first list matching our modern 27 New Testament books came from Athanasius in his Festal letter 39 in 367 AD. Later confirmed at regional councils like Hippo in 393 and Carthage in 397. The canon was grassroots, spirit-led process, not an imperial conspiracy. So, the next time someone says Constantine assembled the Bible at Nicaea to hide the real Jesus, have the dates, the documents, and the facts to set the record straight. The Bible stands on its divine inspiration and the early church's faithful witness, not politics. Drop a comment. What other church history myth should I bust next? Like if this helped. Subscribe for more truth-packed videos. And hit the bell. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.